Hello, citizens of YouTube land.
Hey.
It's your president and your VP, and we're back once again with a brand new NWA pay-per-view review. This time, it's NWA When Our Shadows Fall. So, the pay-per-view begins with sort of like a carnival atmosphere type thing, kind of suggesting or playing into pro wrestling's roots as a carnival attraction, and that was kind of cool. And they had a really cool guitar solo to open it up, and I can only assume that it is a musician that William Patrick Corgan, the president of the NWA, and also the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins.
I'm really hoping that that was the lead guitarist for the Smashing Pumpkins.
Well, I can only assume that it's at least a talent that Williams discovered. So,
yeah.
Having said that, it begins with a fatal four-way tag team match featuring the End, which is like a Viking type of gimmick tag team, and out of the AAA promotion, we got Bestia 666 and Mecha Wolf. And they came to the ring, and when they came to the ring, they had these really cool entrance attire that was also kind of scary looking.
Yeah, and their tag team name, I think, was La Rebellion or something like that.
Uh-huh.
I'm not really good at Spanish names, but I know La can
We
mean
also
different
had
things in Spanish.
Saul Renaro with tagging with another lone from the AAA promotion, El Rudo. And the final tag team was Slice Boogie and his partner, All Day Merche. And it was a wild spot fest, guys. I'm not going to lie about that. But it was the kind of thing that you would expect in a Lucha Rules match, which is what it was. Which basically means that when one opponent hits the floor, his tag team partner can then enter the ring, and that tags aren't really necessary. And there was a lot of confusion and a lot of jumping back and forth. But the end came when Bestia 666 and Mecha Wolf hit their tag team finisher, and after a dazzling display of athleticism by all four men.
Yeah.
It was a pretty solid opener, and it was the kind of thing that you would have probably seen on maybe an old edition of WCW Nitro, actually, when they'd open up with one of them cruiserweight style matches where everybody was flying around.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of reminded me of.
You know, and now we're getting, NWA, they just signed the partnership deal with AAA, which is a Mexican luchador wrestling promotion out of Mexico.
And so they also built towards what might be their next feud, because the tag team of the End got into a staring contest and went nose to nose with the winners. So we're probably going to see a tag team feud from that. Then we had Tyrus wrestling the Pope in a grudge match.
Non-title, must
be a winner. And the end of that, it was a pretty brutal contest with both of them taking their licks and their lumps. But the end came when Tyrus's manager, Austin Idol, rubbed like or gave him some brass knucks, I think it was. And Tyrus came at Pope with that devastating heart punch. And the way they built it up was that this was a move that could temporarily cause the heart to stop for a second. And that's basically how it went down, was that Tyrus hit Pope with that brass knuckles heart punch and got the win. What did you think about that one?
Honestly, I didn't like the fact that Tyrus cheated, but hey, he's a heel, so
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna
happen.
That's
true.
And you know what? It's kind of funny how every time Tyrus comes side by side with Kyle Davis.
Yeah.
He like takes off it. Kyle Davis was wearing this hat. He takes off his hat so he can hold him like this.
Yeah, Tyrus is playing a bit of a bully. He's definitely bullying Kyle a little bit there. So then we had Melina making her in-ring return basically after several months out, tagging with the very popular Thunder Rosa. And they were going against Taryn Terrell, who was coming out of retirement for this match. And her tag team partner was the smiling Kylie. I forgot her last name.
Ray.
Kylie Ray. That's it. And so they did a really good women's tag team match where they laid it out all on the line. And Taryn eventually took this really nasty looking bump, actually, because Melina had had enough of her shenanigans and had thrown her to her tag team partner. And Thunder had done this, like, basically this face plant from the ring apron to the floor and then carried her off. Kylie then manages to use a schoolgirl, let's call it what it is, not schoolboy when a woman does it, it's schoolgirl. Hits her with that most devastating move in all of professional wrestling and sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up.
Yep.
Also known as the schoolgirl, also known as the schoolboy. And with a handful of tights, managed to secure the win. Although, she did seem like she was remorseful about it.
Yep, there's that. There was also, there was Aaron Stevens and Kratos.
Yes, Aaron Stevens and Kratos. They were defending their tag team titles, the World Tag Team titles, against Jack Stane and Crimson, and one half of Strictly Business. Let me get it right. One half of Strictly Business, which is, by the way, is the mega heel super group of the NWA.
Yeah, there's Nick Aldis, who's
The world's
leader,
heavyweight champion.
Camille. Then there's Tom Latimer and Chris Adonis.
And they were, Tom Latimer and Chris Adonis were the ones that were representing Strictly Business in this one. And after a lot of back and forth action, in which basically Strictly Business and Jack Stane and Crimson took turns kicking the butts of Kratos and Aaron Stevens, especially Aaron Stevens, where they had isolated and basically cut him off. Well, Kratos had enough of that crap. He grabs the tag team title.
By the way, we see this on camera. You know, it's not like an off-camera type deal where he just comes out of nowhere with the tag titles. No, we see this on camera. We see that Tom Latimer has basically gotten rid of Jack Stane and Crimson. Sorry, I was trying to pop there for a minute. Basically, got rid of them. Or no, it was Crimson. He got rid of Tom Latimer and Chris Adonis. And then Kratos, he comes out of nowhere, or he doesn't come out of nowhere. We see him, he drops down, and he's like going towards the place where the tag titles are. He grabs one of them, and then he comes in the ring to rescue his partner. The ref decides to take it out and gives it back to him. Meanwhile, Kratos low blows Crimson.
Kicks him right in the junk, guys. Boom! Nut shot. Crimson goes down. He's telling Aaron, cover him! Cover him!
Well, Aaron does already, because he sees that Crimson's down. He's like, oh yeah, 1, 2, 3.
And so
Aaron doesn't even know what happened.
And they finally, after weeks, guys, because these guys had been at each other's throats, Aaron, you see, is kind of doing professional wrestling now as a tribute and a respect to his tag team partner, Josephus, who had died.
A.K.A. the question mark.
A.K.A. the question mark, who had died. So he's kind of being this baby face, whereas Kratos is a hired mercenary. He's a hired gun, a thug. And he'll do anything to win. And so, they finally show some solidarity. Now, whether this continues, we don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out in tonight's Power.
Then, we had Fred Rosser versus a returning JTG. So for you WWE fans out there from the mid 2000s who remember Crime Time, then you're going to remember JTG. Blast from the Past. Dude's looking good. Dude is built. He is sharp. He is dressed. He's ready to go. He fights Fred Rosser. They're in a back and forth match. And they trying to figure each other out. Because Fred, you see, is the former Darren Young of the Primetime Players of WWE. So they kind of been up and down the roads. They know each other. They know how each other work. Well, the end comes with it when they do basically it's a small package, and JT is able to secure the win with a small package. Then we get a show of respect, solid match, great performance.
Then there's the Camille versus Serena Deeb. I do have to be at work soon, so we're going to
breeze through this. Bottom line is, after a tremendous, hard-fought match, pushing Camille to the limit. Let's face it, she was pushed to the limit there.
Yeah.
Just like with Thunder. Camille wins. We have a new NWA Women's World Champion because she nails the spear. So, in the to summarize everything, we then get the main event. Now, guys, I do have to talk a little bit. Trevor Murdoch is wrestling Nick Aldis in the main event. Now, the story had been that Nick Aldis didn't want Trevor in this spot. And he'd kept him down. And he had made deals and manipulated Trevor. And got him suspended. And then Trevor managed to come back. And he wins he wins the Battle Royal for the right.
Alright.
After all that, Nick can't keep Trevor down. He's doing everything. He's trying anything and everything. He's trying to win by countout. He's trying to lead. He's getting thrown all around. Trevor manages to hit his top rope bulldog. You think, 1, 2, no! Nick kicked out.
Yep.
That's when Tom Latimer shows up with the chair. And he distracts the referee. Nick then grabs another chair. He smacks that referee right in the back. The referee goes flying outside of the ring. Trevor sees his opportunity. He gets waylaid for a minute by Nick. But then the tides are reversed. Trevor, he stabs him in the gut with that chair. He then brings that chair, cracks him over the back with it. He then puts him in his own Kingsland Cloverleaf. Nick is this close to tapping out.
And then
Referee rings the bell. Guess what? Referee saw Trevor Murdoch hit Nick with the title. Trevor
breaks my heart.
Lost by DQ. So that was that, guys. Great pay-per-view. Bummer of an ending, though. But we'll see. They got a long-term story here, don't they? There's going to be a payoff. Trust us, guys. We see it coming. So with that, final rating for this pay-per-view, though, 5 out of 5. What say you?
5 out of 5 as well. Sorry I have to leave.
Got to cut it short. See you guys next time. Ain't got no time for a full outro. Bye.